Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to take another look at this beautiful tank, the STRV-K. The STRV-K, because this tank, I know some of you are not going to agree. Some of you will disagree with my opinion. But again, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But this tank right here is slowly, or actually quite quickly, becoming one of my favorites. It's becoming one of my favorites in the game. Of course, the Leopard 1 tops the list, but I think right now, closely followed in at second place, is this tank right here. I absolutely love this tank. Now, I know a lot of you probably haven't got it, and you're probably not going to be able to get your hands on it for quite a long time. Most likely, the next time it will come available will be in crates, and probably for another year or so, you'll only be able to get this tank in crates. You're probably not going to be able to get this tank for gold for quite some time. Now, what I love about this tank is it's kind of, in a way, like a heavy Leopard 1. It's quite hard to compare, obviously, with the Leopard 1, but because it's not got much armor, it hasn't got much armor whatsoever. But this heavy tank is not about the armor. It is all about the DPM. It's, of course, it does have a nice turret that you can excuse me, that you can actually get some bounces off, but you've got to put yourself in the position where you can actually get bounces on that turret. But for me, it's not about the armor profile. It's just about the tank. You know, it's got the speed boost there. It's got good speed anyway. And it has fantastic DPM. I mean, almost 3,500 DPM. For a heavy tank, that's brilliant. Like, really, really good. The only other heavy tank in tier 10 is the WZ113. That's very, very close to this DPM. So yeah, I absolutely love it. Of course, yes, most of you haven't got it. A few of you, if you did save your gold, and if you did get lucky enough, you might have got it in, obviously, the Christmas event. But obviously, I was lucky. I didn't really spend too much money or any money at all in getting this tank. I got very, very lucky to get this tank. And yeah, I don't regret it at all, because, like, not spending any money on it, and I said I wasn't going to spend any money on it, I basically got it for free. So, and yeah, it's an amazing tank. As I've said, it's not about the armor profile for me. If you're out in the open, then you're just going to get wrecked. I mean, here we still managed to bounce 710 damage, but we've also still been wrecked as well. We haven't, I mean, if we wouldn't have bounced that, we would have died, of course. But we are still alive, and we are still pumping out some damage here. Now, the K91, I am going to get shot from the tank on the right side, the Kranwagen. But I'm going to make sure that I get a shot back into him very soon. Not quite yet. So I'm just going to back up behind this building and try to go for the K91. So there goes the Kranwagen. Just the K91 left to go. I can take a shot from the K91 if I need to. The only thing with this is, for me, the modules do get damaged quite easily, that I've found. I found they are very, very weak. But yeah, other than that, I just find it a fantastic tank, an absolutely fantastic tank that fits my playstyle perfectly. So yeah, definitely up there in my top 3. So I will be making, in a few days, a top 5 video, my top 5 favorite tanks in the game. And of course, when I do make that video, expect to see this tank there, and of course expect to see the Leopard 1 there. But I will be making that in due course. So we're going to have another game here. This time we are going to watch a player that will do more damage than I have done for a very, very long time. It's not like mega damage, but I just wanted to show what this tank is capable, because a lot of people didn't really like the look of this. People didn't like the look of this tank. They said it was weak, it's got no armor, it's the alpha's quite low, but yeah, I just think, you know, the alpha, even though yes, the alpha is low for a heavy tank, but the reload is also low. I mean, look, 6.1 seconds for a heavy tank, which is very good. And I don't mind having the low alpha. I don't mind having the low alpha and the high DPM, I don't mind that at all. And you can still see here, I mean, 366 damage isn't like really, really low. Some heavies will do that. I mean, you can have things like the T57 or the AMX 50B or any tank like that, the Kranwagen, any heavy really, do as low as 366. So, it's not like mega low, but I love the reload. I mean, 6.1 seconds is just an absolute beast. And if you come up against heavy tanks that don't have that DPM, you can just utterly destroy these guys. If you face hug them, there is also a chance of bouncing as well, because your turret is fairly strong. And people seem to forget that. You've still got a strong turret. Yes, there are going to be weak points, but you still have a strong turret that is able to... that's capable of bouncing almost anything that comes its way, as long as you're in that right position. If you're just sitting still behind a ridge, then don't give them the weak points. Don't give them them easy shots. And you can see there a bounce from the E75, very easy. So that's one bounce for our guy there. It is now a 4 versus 6, so there's still a lot of work to do. And here comes the E100, and as you can see, he still gets that bounce. Now, he does get that bounce on the hull, I believe, but again, that is like an auto bounce. As soon as he hits that, you're never going to be able to pen that because of the angles he was at. And again, another bounce on his I think it was his turret. So our guy in a tank that people complain has got no armor has still managed to bounce 1260 damage, and that was much needed, because it's now a 3 versus 4, and he needed to save as much hit points as he can towards this end of the game. So a 3 versus 4, he's on 3.4k damage. Now he is whittling these guys down. The AMX 30 is now a one shot. There he goes. So if he can catch the E100 off guard, then he will be able to just attack that guy. But instead, he's going to go for the grill. Probably the right choice. He does get shot from the E100, unfortunately, but he does get a nice bounce from this grill. And whilst the grill is reloading, he's not got, I mean, look at that, 438 on a high roll. That wasn't even HE, that was just a high roll. And then, of course, with HE, he does manage to clear. So the alpha's not that bad. The alpha really isn't that bad as everyone makes out. Yes, it is low, but you can still get these high rolls. Is he going to bounce this shot here? You can see, unfortunately not, but it doesn't matter at this point in the game. He has him on DPM, and he does manage to clear him. So just him and the Object 268 alive against this E100. So again, he's going to use the speed, he's going to get around, and he's going to get that shot. So as long as he can still take a shot here, he can still take a shot from this E100. And at this point, if the E100 shoots him, he will be able to take this guy out before the E100 has reloaded. And you can just see just him destroying this guy. I mean, luckily the Object 268 version 4 is there to take the attention, but he's just whittled this guy down, and he is going to get the victory. So just over 7,300 damage. Very good. Hopefully it won't be too much longer before you guys can get your hand on this. Of course, if it is crates, I would still recommend stay away from crates, but try to save a gold for when this finally does come for sale. I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye.